All right, so morning, everyone. So today we are going to talk about our 2024 HomeLife Landmark Agent Bootcamp. We talk about our topic 18, 2024. So we talk about if we have a listing. So we talk about the last listing, Freehold, Condo for sale, Freehold, Condo for lease. And now we'll talk about amendment. So if the listing put on the market, so what we should to do for the amendment. The next one, we talk about the cancellation and the suspend. We didn't put the suspend here, but I will show you what is different, suspension and the cancellation. And also the last one is called the interboard listing, interboarding listing. So interboard listing is if we have some property not in Toronto, we need to get a local board agent to see the listing, how we can do it. Okay, first, let's start for the amendment. So usually why we need the amendment, let's say you have an offer presentation yesterday, but unfortunately, there's no offer price is reached to your seller's expectation, or the seller declined all the offers. So because of multiple offer, we put a very low price and not meet the seller's expectation. Now we want to change the price to the seller's expectation price. So we need to use amendment. So here is amendment where you can go. It's from a Webform. I think everybody else already know where's a Webform. And from the Webform, find your transaction. From the transaction, you can click add and then search the form. It's 240 Toronto amendment. So once you search add this form, then you can open the form. So that is amendment that looks like. Usually we amendment the listing price. Let's see, we have a multiple offer price. Maybe we put a $7.99, but the seller actually want to sell maybe above 950. Maybe usually they list lower, let more people come to see the property. They trying to get a bidding offer, but nothing happened yesterday. Let's see, nothing happened. And then now you want to change from current price, $7.99 to new price. Maybe your seller looking for $9.59, maybe $9.50. So we get a little bit higher for the seller's expectation, $9.59. So that is one way we use amendment. Once the seller initial and send amendment, you need to go to Toronto MLS, go to edit your listing, change the price to $9.59. So once you change the price, save it, so the MLS will no longer be new. The code is no longer will be new. It's called a PC. PC, that means price change, increased price. So that is one very popular we have to use for the amendment price. The next one we use is for the amendment expire date. Let's say the property you listed 60 days on the market, and today is the last day. And your seller said, you know, I don't want to sign any agreement, but I won't give you another maybe, let's say 1 month, another 30 days. So lots of people will say, oh, if the property is going to be expired, maybe we can send a new listing agreement. But the seller said, I only give you 30 days. The new listing agreement will be minimum 60 days. So if you want a 30-day listing, you cannot use a new listing to put on the MLS. So that's why we use expire, before the expire date, we get a new expire date, extend the listing. So once you send today, expiry date is going to be today, and the new expiry date will be 30 days later. So let the seller initial sign it. You can go to MLS. You can change the expiry date. Once you change the expiry date, you will see the listing is called EXT. EXT that means extend. So usually we don't see the last extend listing, but if you see EXT, that means they extend expiry date. So other than price, listing expire date, so the other amendment, so you can amendment anything. Let's say the buyer agent said, you know what, the commission 2.5%, but I don't want 2.5%. The property is already accept the offer, and the buyer agent want to change the 2.5 to maybe to 0, because they want to change it to the sold price, getting see how much the amount for the 2.5%, they will minus from the sold price. So if that happened, we have to use 3 other amendments. Because the buyer's agent, they don't want get the 2.5% commission, and we have to use amendment to change the listing agreement. This listing agreement only between you and the seller. So we will do is from the other, we put delete total commission. Let's say you have a 5%, delete total commission 5%, call up commission 2.5%, and insert total commission 2.5%, total commission call commission 0%. So that is just a sample. You can amendment anything regarding the listing. So most popular price, extend the expire date, and also the commission, and also maybe for the other information. So based on MLS rule, you have to double check before you put on the MLS. So for the tax, for the maintenance fee, for the square footage, make sure it's correct before you put on the MLS. Usually we are not suggest you to change that information after you upload to MLS. Okay, so that is very quick for 240 amendment. It's an easy form. And the next one, we talk about the suspension. Most of the agents, they are not clearly to always get confused with the term cancellation form. Let's say your seller told you, said, oh, you know what, the market is not really good. I want to take the property out of market. Maybe wait for next few months. I will ask you to release. So some agent, they just send a suspension, and then they go to MLS, change the status to suspend. So this is not the way we are going to use a suspension. And usually why we use a suspension listing agreement, because when the listing start, let's say start 1 month, and then now your seller said, oh, you know what, I booked some people do the, change the carpet, maybe do the renovation. Now they are going to come for the next 3 or 4 days. So I don't want anyone to show the lease property during the renovation. So now you can use a suspension. The suspension is listing is still valid, but you want the temporary suspend, not allowed anyone see this listing from MLS, not allowed anyone to book appointment. So that's why we use a suspend. They have a date from when until when. So when the date, suspended date come, you need to go to MLS, go to change the status, change it to previous status, and then the listing will continue going. So suspend the listing is still valid. That means nobody can come ask your seller to sell another listing. So that's why we cannot approach the seller if they are send a suspend listing. So that is the one way we use suspend the listing. Also, sometimes the seller, they said, I have something is for family matter. I don't want to see the property for 1 week to use suspend. Maybe the seller will out of the country. They said, I don't want anyone to see the property in the next few days. You use a suspend. So that is a suspend, temporary, off market, but the listing is still there. You can come back to market based on the date until when. So the suspend listing, you don't need the office to do it, but you also need first the seller to sign it, and then you need a broker, you need a manager to sign from the bottom. So you can change the status from MLS, or office can change the status from new to suspend from MLS. So usually I will suggest you ask a seller to sign it and send it to office, front desk, admin, HomeLife Office will change it, status for you. Suspend. So next one, we talk about, before we talk about the termination. So here, once you send a suspend listing, you can go to add edit and find your listing and click change status. Once you click change status, you will see suspend status will be there. For the agent, you only can do sold, so the condition escape, suspend. But for the broker or admin level, they can do terminate. So for agent, you cannot see the terminate button will show on the status change. Okay, so next one, we talk about, this is suspend. Next one, we talk about the cancellation. The cancellation form is totally different with the suspend. Cancellation, that means the seller, they decide to end listing agreement with you from the cancellation form. That means once the seller send the cancellation agreement, the listing is terminated. That means the listing is no longer available, and you cannot other agent, anyone, the seller can find anyone to start their new listing. So if the seller asks you to send a cancellation, so you have the right to refuse. But usually, we don't want to get the very bad relation with the seller. Most of the case, we will, agree to send a cancellation to terminate the listing. So usually, we spend the time, we spend the money, we do the marketing, we do the open house, but for whatever reason, the property is still not sold, the seller get mad. So we have no, we don't need to cancel because nothing we did wrong. It's only maybe the market reason. So anyway, so if you agree, seller asks you to cancel, we can just find the cancellation 242 and write down the reason why the seller won't cancel and ask the seller to sign it, send it to the office, admin at HomeLife.com. And the admin will ask the manager to send the form, and then office will terminate the listing. So if you see the status is TER terminate, so the seller can go any agent to list. Okay, so now we are going to see the cancellation. And if you have any question, you can feel free to type your question there. And okay, so for the cancellation, maybe I want to touch a little bit more. So if you have a friend, you have someone, they said, you know what, I don't like my agent right now. I'm listing with, under maybe other brokerage, other agent. I really don't like the agent. They are not do anything. So can you help me to list my property? So you need to check MLS. If the MLS, the status is new, it's not terminate. So you cannot to approach this seller. If you see this, someone they say, oh, you know what? I told my agent they don't work, work a lot, they don't work hard. So I just ask them to cancel, terminate the listing. You need to check with the MLS. You see the MLS is SUS, suspend. Suspend means the temporary off market is not terminate. So you cannot touch this seller, approach this seller, because they still have a valid agreement with other brokerage. If you see the status is TER, terminate, that means listing is terminate, you are able to talk to the seller to negotiate with the new listing. For the new listing, remember, you have to make sure, because they have a holdover on the previous listing. So you have to make sure, ask a seller, what is the total commission the previous agent charged to you? So we have to exactly match the same commission. We cannot charge less. If you charge less, based on the holdover, if there's any agent, any buyer show the property before they come back to buy the property from you, the previous agent will ask for difference to the seller. So that's why we have to make sure the total commission, at least within the holdover period, make sure it is exactly the same or higher, cannot be lower total commission. Okay, so now is cancellation. Next one, maybe we quickly jump to interboarding listing. So I think there's already have information from MLS, but a lot of people you don't maybe not pay attention. So if you go to MLS homepage, you will see there's a called MLS info. From the MLS info, you see there's a called interboarding, just under the MLS info. And after that, you will see the whole instruction. How are you going to do the interboarding? So they will let you know which number you should call. But usually I will quickly to introduce first is you can list any property from Toronto, from Ontario, from whole Canada, even from US, even from all over the world. You can put any listing to trap. But remember, our license is only covered to within Ontario. If you list in a property, let's say for US, for whatever the out of the country, so you have to get the local agent. There's like, let's say you have a friend, maybe they have a property. Let's go a little bit far. Let's say they have a property in Florida. And they said, oh, I want to sell the property. Can you help me? Yes, we can help them put this property on trap listing, because the trap listing can put any property all over the world. But we don't have a license for the Florida. So we cannot treat. You have to find a local agent, local licensed agent. In case anyone contact you, said, oh, I have a buyer interested in your property in Florida. So the only way you can do is ask them to contact the local agent. So we will get like a marketing fee. We will get a referral fee if the property is sold, international referral fee. And if the property is within Ontario, we can list any property to trap, and we can treat within Ontario. Let's say you have a client, they have a property in Niagara Falls, and they said, I know you get your license, and I want to list my property to sell. Yes, we can put it on the MLS, trap MLS. Same as we already approached, we already learned from the last week, Freehold condominium. So just check the video, how to upload, how to start the listing, and get the order form signed and upload to MLS system. That MLS is a trap listing. That means any agent from trap member, they can see the listing. But other than the trap member, the local Niagara Falls And also the St. Catherine, I think Niagara Falls and the St. Catherine, they have their board, the local board. So the local board agent, they cannot see listing from Trap. That means from their MLS listing, they cannot see your listing. So that's why we need to do the interboarding listing. First step, upload your listing to Trap. Second step, call Trap MLS department 416-443-8126. Tell them I want to do the interboarding listing to Niagara Falls. So they will email you the full instruction and also the forms, even include the payment. So next step, follow the instruction, fill all the information, and get the payment, credit card payment form ready, and send it to Trap. Trap will forward to the local board. Maybe Trap will give you the local board contact information. You can directly contact to them. When the local board received information and the payment, they will manually put your listing in the local board. That means your listing will be on the local MLS board, will be on the Trap MLS board. So from the realtor.ca, usually you will see there's two listings. One is the Trap listing, one is the local board listing. Okay, so that is a process. It's not difficult, but if you really have any listing, just follow the instruction. First one, put on the Trap. It's free of charge. Second one, call Trap MLS department. Tell them you are going to do the interboarding listing. They will give you the email instruction and the payment form. So how much for the fees? You can click here to see. So here is the fees for the different board. Let's see, we want to list on the Niagara Falls. Niagara is only $80. And also you see from the Bay it's expensive, $150. And also we have Ottawa. Ottawa is $50. It's very cheap. The price is lower. And yeah, that is all the board, for the Trap. If you want to do the interboard listing, contact the MLS department from Trap, 416-443-8126. They will let you know the full process of the interboard listings. Okay, so here, someone they said, oh, I don't want to do the interboard listing because maybe I am focused on the GTA area. Maybe I have a client looking for property downtown Toronto, North York, Markham, Richmond Hill, Pickering, Whitby, Ajax, Vaughan. You want to keep the Trap. But at the same time, you said I may have a buyer, maybe a client looking for the property, maybe in Waterloo, maybe in London, maybe in other place other than Trap. So is there any way I can search the property? Interboard listing is for the listings. And is there any way you can search the property as a buyer agent to access a local board? Every local board, the fee will be different, but our office, we have a Mississauga board. The Mississauga board, so here is the fees. Initial setup fee $500 is a one-time, and the membership is $1,188 plus HSC is annually. And also CREA. So if you are a Trap member, you don't need to pay the CREA or REA fees because you already paid from Trap. So if you join Mississauga board, what you get? You will get ITSO. ITSO, that means from Ontario, most of the board, let's maybe 22 board, they use ITSO. So you can search Mississauga board, you can search Waterloo, you can search Niagara Falls. So all from the other board, you can first is a search listing history, like a local board member. So you don't need to join their board, but you have access to the local board. Next one, for listing. You don't need to spend the money to the interboard listing. It's free because you have a Mississauga board membership. You can list 22 board listings within Ontario. So that's just another option. If I know someone, they feel the property too expensive in the GTA. They want the investment, maybe a farm, maybe a vacant land, maybe the rural residence, other than GTA area. So you may consider to join our Mississauga board. You can keep trap Mississauga board, or you can use only trap, or you can only use Mississauga board. So there's like a combination will be very easy. If you use a trap, that means your main board. You can also have an option to add Mississauga board, or you can use Mississauga board as your main board. You don't use a trap. All right, so that's for the all for today. I think today is very easy. From the last few weeks, we are really, spend the last time is really hard. And right now we're getting very easy for today. Just after listing, the most important step we should to do, like amendment, suspension, cancellation, and the interboard listing. So we also have a Mississauga board. Mississauga board, we have an Oakville branch. The Oakville board, Mississauga board, we have both, but the Mississauga board will be a little bit better than Oakville board. So anyway, I think that's all for today. 30 minutes. It's very easy after you listing. After you have a listing, there are some few other options to do. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. Okay, so far we only have one question from Marco. Thank you. Thank you. You'll always be here. Okay, so tomorrow we talk about the broker bay. Broker bay is if you have a listing, you need to set up the showing instruction. Other than the showing instruction, if you have a multiple offer, I know lots of people just say, hey, I want to send it to every agent, showing agent, let them know the rule, how to do the multiple, how to do the offer presentation. So that is for the broker base send the email. And also you wanted to notify every agent there's any offer update, how to approve the offer update. So that's also from the broker bay. And also we would ask a front desk administrator will come to do the broker bay tomorrow. So hope you can come to see, to see our training tomorrow. And from the after tomorrow, Friday, and our manager David is already back, and he will talk about the commercial from the Friday. Okay, from Friday, we'll talk about the commercial until the 28th. Okay, so that's all for today. If we don't have any question, we will end for now. Thank you.